Hey everybody, what's up? Tim here with this week's Faith on Fire. I hope you are doing amazing and crushing it and seeing God show up in a dynamic way in your life. Title for today's shoot is The Price of Failure. And for the last couple of weeks, we've been looking at Numbers 14 and Numbers 13 and the Israelites' journey out of Egypt to the Promised Land. And that God had given them this awesome vision for themselves. And He delivered them out of Egypt and He equipped them. And He told them that He would give them all the tools they needed to go in and take this magnificent land and to walk into the fullness of their destiny. But when they got to the Promised Land, they turned and they ran because they looked at the challenges and the difficulties and the obstacles. And as a result of that, they would wander in the wilderness for another 40 years. Well, you and I, we've been given a vision too. We've been given a promise. And God's equipped us, and He's given us everything we need to go in and take that vision. And there might be challenges and adversities and hardships and all kinds of negative things that are standing in front of us, but we're not to pay any attention to that. We are going to trust in God and His ability and in the power that He's put within us, and we are going to take what He's promised for us. And we're not going to let anything stand in the way. We're not going to let any giant, any difficulty, any financial issue, no matter what it is. We're not called to focus on those. We're called to focus on Him. We're called to take our places as sons and daughters and go and conquer. The price of not doing that is failure. The Israelites wandered for 40 years in the wilderness because God had to get their minds locked into their faith. God had to get their minds to the point of being conquerors, not of being victims. And the problem is so many people are given a vision and so many people are given a promise. And they run into that adversity and those challenges, and for whatever the reason, they quit and they bail. Or maybe they don't even pursue them at all. They just are willing to go through life day in and day out. And they say, you know what, that destiny's too big for me. It's too mighty. But when they get to their 90th, 95th, 100th birthday, and they look back, you know what they have? They have regret. And regret is one of the most painful things on the planet. And if you talk to people who are in their 80s and 90s, many times they don't regret the things that they've done. They regret the things that they didn't do and they knew they were supposed to do. The price of failure lasts forever. You may have to invest something to go after what you want. You may have to invest time and energy, and it may cause sweat and tears and sometimes even blood. Hopefully not, but sometimes. But that's temporary. But failure goes on forever. And once you quit, once you give up, it's all the more easier to do that again and again and again. And too many of God's people have been robbed of what He's promised them, because they've looked at the challenges and the difficulties as outweighing the benefits. But they've only looked at it in regards to a very, very short-term basis. They've not looked at it in terms of, where am I going to be at 50, 60, 70 years from now? Just how do I feel now? They let the discomfort of the moment dictate the outcome of their destiny. And I think that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable for me. And I've not done that perfectly all the time, but I've gotten a lot better at it. And I think you are getting better at it too, or you wouldn't be watching this. So what you have to do is make that pain of failure so real, so ugly, so nasty, the pain of giving up, the pain of quitting, that you say, I cannot live with this, that I'm going to do and go after whatever it is that God's called me to do, even if I die in the process, because that's a better place to be than the regret and the what ifs and the what could have beens. Because those are painful. You have them, I have them. Let's not have any more of them. God's promised us, He's given us everything we need. There's no reason why we can't do what He's called us to do. But that pain of regret, that lasts forever. And once we go there once, it's so much easier to go there again and again and again. That's why a lot of people are living mediocre lives as opposed to amazing lives, far below where God wants them to live, because they'd rather be comfortable in the moment than be secured in their long-term destiny and to really go for the things they want. It's not the way life's supposed to work. It's not the way God works. So the pain of failure is significant. Make it real in your mind so that you avoid it at all costs. And pump up that vision that you have to do it. That it's not maybe I want to do it, I should do it. It's that I have to do it. I have no choice. And when that happens, you are going to take your promised land, period. And that's really exciting. I know you can do it. And I know the God of the universe who's behind you can do it. And the two of you together are always a majority. So this is Tim with today's Faith on Fire. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Take that land because you are able. I'll talk to you soon.